Go!
Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Impeaching Buhari will make things worse. Impeaching Buhari will make things worse. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. A sick and dying lion is a pathetic animal to behold. I was in Kenya in 1983 and went to the reservations. We came upon a sick lion lying on its side, unable to move. It was surrounded by hyenas, white dogs, and vultures, all waiting for the poor king of animals to die. Some would occasionally venture near. They would withdraw once it raised its head and roared. Our guide said we should move on and return in about 4 hours to see what would happen. We returned on schedule. The king had died. There was jungle chows in progress. Groups of hyenas and white dogs, vultures, as well as other scavengers were fighting over the carcass. Apart from the dead lion, there were several wounded animals lying about as a result of the chows, which followed the death of the lion. I learned a valuable lesson. A monarch, in any kingdom, animal or human, should be given a decent right of passage. Otherwise, the aftermath might be more unpleasant than before. Human beings are actually the most stupid beings God, or was it the devil, created? We create great problems for ourselves out of selfishness and proceed to solve them in the most unimaginative way possible. Even a popular outgoing president suffers embarrassment. As power drips from his hands every minute, more people find the courage to defy him. Hecklers multiply by the hour. Former praise singers join critics in his condemnation. It is worse if problems beyond his control have cropped up. As the adversities mount, his support groups melt and his antagonists increase. Those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santayana, 1863 to 1952, VBQ, page 93. I pity Buhari, even as a critic since 2015. He started on the wrong feet and he never changed course. Nigeria moved inexorably in the direction he led the country until we arrived at this point in our history. Failure to control about 500,000 armed herdsmen was a blunder. That error of judgment created an army larger than the Nigerian army, and although he was their life patron, he was never in control of their activities. Two armies resulted from that grave mistake, which are tormenting Nigerians, including the legitimate armed forces in Abuja and Aso Rock today. If only Buhari had bothered to find out, he would have discovered that militant cell in the Niger Delta in the early 2000s started with selfish politicians arming thugs in order to win the 2023 elections. With the elections over, the hoodlums disbanded, turned their arms on oil companies operating in the Niger Delta. Billionaires were made from that tragic blunder, arising from selfish political interest. The people of Agatu, Benue, Nemo, Enugu, Wukari, Taraba, Okeho, Oyo, Ogeli, Deltaland, Woshini, Niger, to name a few, never invaded any Fulani state or territory. Yet today, Fulani men are killing people, kidnapping, raping and occupying other people's land with impunity, and the federal government is aware of these atrocities. What the security officers don't know is what is causing most of the problems. At the moment, appetite grows with eating. The hoodlums allowed to ravage southern farms have not limited their atrocities to the south. They are now all over Nigeria, and that is why we are in deep trouble. Buhari fumbled. But does that mean we should impeach him? You burn the house to roast the pig. It was the only way mankind always roasted pig. The federal government of Nigeria, including the Nigerian National Assembly (NAS) and the judiciary, were all grossly negligent in the discharge of their duties. NAS members in particular turned blind eyes and deaf ears to the rising flashes and sounds of gunfire snuffing lives out of Nigerians from 2015 till today. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop